Katherine Black reacts. Emmerdale, we're still with Emmerdale. So, I'm going to cough, excuse me. So, Robert has been blackmailed by Joe. He's got to give him the farm, but now Joe has put a little sweetener in. He said, yes, you've still got to give me the farm. However, I will put you in as tenant farmer and I'll give you a nice big 100,000 wad of cash to play with. Nice. And all he has to do for that is plant these IDs of all the trafficked people at Moira's farm. So, here we go again. Robert wanders in and he goes into Moira's living room because the door's never locked. Never, which I suppose that's fair enough. Rural living. I still often don't lock the door. Yes, I do. I always lock the door. Always. So rural living, maybe, yeah, maybe it's kind of understandable. But he stands in Moira's living room and he puts them in this box and then he takes them out and then he looks round and then he puts them in here and he thinks, shall I put them there? And his phone rings, so he has a 5-minute conversation with Joe. Have you done it yet? I'm just about to do it if you'd get off the phone, blah, blah, blah. 30 seconds. You're going to plant evidence in somebody's house and he's moseying. He might as well have made himself a cup of tea and a sandwich while he was there. Moira wouldn't have minded. It's farmers' wives. Farmers' wives always feed people. They'd have been fine. Could have helped himself to a big slab of chocolate cake out of the fridge. He was there long enough. So Moira walks in. What are you doing? He hides the IDs very guiltily behind his back. It's obvious he's hiding something behind his back. Moira says, what are you doing in my house? As you would. And he says, oh, I'm looking for Harry, which is Victoria's child, his nephew, who's 5-ish. And apparently he's gone for a quad bike ride with Matty, who is the transsexual son of Moira, who was married to Amy, and Amy died last year in the last car crash we had. So he's got the IDs behind his back and Moira says, oh, right enough, I'll go and feed me cows. And she leaves. And he plants the stuff. It's just unbelievable. The whole, leaving somebody standing in, oh, all right then, and just walks out and leaves him there, as you do. Oh, Paddy knows about his dad now. So Paddy's distraught because he knows everything about Bear. He knows he's in a bad way. He knows he looks older. He looks haggard and sad, as Dylan said. How does he look? Does he look like this photo? No. He looks old and sad. So Paddy's distraught, wants to find Bear. Bear's gone. They assume that Ray and Celia have taken Bear to Wrexham. They found some evidence leading to Wrexham. They never turned up at Wrexham. Difficult when they're both dead. So Paddy took Dylan in. Dylan's a young lad who was on the streets. He was on drugs. He's been dealing for Ray. Paddy and Mandy took him in. He's known about Paddy's dad and the awful state. He did try to rescue him. Fair enough, he did try to rescue Paddy. Bear. April also tried to rescue Bear. It didn't happen, but then they just sat on it for weeks. They just sat on the information. So Paddy's not blaming Dylan at all for the fact that he never told him about his dad. It's not your fault, son. Not your fault. He could have said something at any point and chose not to. So, here's another one. If Ray and Celia are both dead and the farm is empty, where are all the people? That's what we need an answer to. And I'm assuming at some point we're going to get the answer. I've got no idea what's happened to them. They were there one minute, gone the next, and Ray and Celia are both dead. So unless they've killed them all, which I'm doubting, we will see. Nice chat. Thank you very much.